on my trail. I'm not altogether sure that I'm going to actually publish this on that which is known as YouTube. But I'm out here on the trail and it's a beautiful day. I only have like two really nice retirees wandering around. I steered them in this direction, counterclockwise. Yeah, so I'm pretty confident that I'm going to have an uninterrupted period of time. And so it's nice to enjoy the quiet, being out where you can kind of feel the woods, hear the woods, get away from the hustle and bustle of human activity. And I was thinking, as I'm picking up all the sticks, I do things in a degree after an event like this previous storm. You know, you handle the major things, getting the trees that are across the trail, then correcting lesser damage and lesser damage, keep going around until finally it's intact. I'm simply going around thinking about stuff, enjoying the day. Actually got kind of warm, and picking up all the little sticks from the shredded bark. It leads me to think about that cliche, you know, and sometimes cliches are apt. Life is a journey, life is a path, and it is exactly that. As I'm thinking about this, and also connecting it to the medicine wheel, it kind of makes sense. You can hear a deer wandering around over there. Is that in the spring, let's talk time-wise, overlaying different things, overlaying time now. In the spring, when the sleep of the winter is lifted and everything is springing back to life, that's the furious time of trail maintenance. Getting my trail back into condition. Putting the shredded bark down, clearing stuff that had fell, leveling boardwalks, correcting any issues that might be at the beach, getting it open. Feeling just the power, you know, of spring and the growth, the explosion of growth, the leaves coming back onto the trees, the plants springing forth. Some of them I control. And then it kind of grades into the summer, and then the fall again, and then the sleep of winter. And it's analogous to our lives, you know, born in the spring, the springtime of our life. And then we go into the summer, and then fall, and then the winter when we're not here anymore. Hopefully we made a positive impact on the world around us and our family and our progeny, kids, grandkids, et al. Little milk cap mushroom down there. Kind of goes along with also the path, walking the path. And the vast majority of people I enjoy interacting with that walk this path with me. They're mindful of the beauty of the place, the importance of the place. And so they are good citizens. They are good trail citizens. They are good people that I cross paths with, literally. There are those who are loud. They lack respect. Fortunately, it's the vast minority of people. But they run into me on this path. We cross paths. I'm fortunate that I'm able to do something about those people, whether or not it's just reminding them, or in a rare case, extremely rare, having them leave. I think to all the vitriol and the discourse that's negative on YouTube, and I think in terms of my trail, is I don't care how old you are, I don't care where you're from, I don't care what you look like, how tall you are, how short you are, whatever. What inspires me are the people that, all people, whatever group they come from, wherever they come from, that are good citizens of my trail world. You know, positive impact, that appreciate the wildlife, that appreciate the plants, appreciate the natural beauty, appreciate the areas that are closed off for the reason of protection. And so I want to extend that outward. Waves, you know, that reverberate out from here that cause other waves, you know. It's like a lot of us just base things on behavior, how you present yourself, and how you maintain a positive aspect to those around you. As I'm walking my circle of life, my trail, I'm also very conscious of the quiet struggles that are going on, my trail corridor and then beyond the trail corridor. The animals, the creatures, I'll use that word because we are also animals, the creatures who inhabit this place and call it home. You know, literally fighting for their survival in many instances. You know, sometimes it's birds flying around, just gathering seeds, having baby birds, life is good. But there is definitely a predator-prey thing going on here. And so even though this is a beautiful, peaceful portion of my day, I know for a fact, from the smallest of creatures to the largest of creatures that inhabit here, there are struggles going on, and you can really feel it if you tune your mind into it. Stuff happening, foxes, rabbits, various other creatures that come into this place, a bobcat, bears, cougars, very, very occasionally, they're out here. Anything that can walk, crawl, fly in Michigan can be here at certain times. Particular event, one winter evening, well actually winter night, I'm up enjoying it. I'm off duty basically. And so if I stay up till 4 in the morning working on a bow or just hanging out, that's fine. You know, I can just sleep in, recover. But I went out on the porch and I heard a tussle, a ferocious battle taking place. And so my impulse, the guy DNA in me was like, I gotta go investigate. But my common sense took over, and I waited till the next morning, and I went out just around the bend here, and there was a shredded deer. This deer was just shredded apart, and there were numerous coyote tracks around it, and a lone set of wolf tracks. And so it was probably good that I didn't go out there. Want to interrupt them, but that struggle between the deer and the coyotes and the wolves, you know, sums up life, really. You can extend that metaphorically and realistically. As far as trails, people love building trails. People love trails because they lead somewhere, just like our lives. What is around the next bend? You know, what is there to see? What is there to do? Running, walking, mountain biking, riding a Rokon, riding a unicycle. It's not only pleasing from a movement type of view, it's pleasing from a skill type of view. That's why I like the unicycle. It's you have to be in the moment. If your concentration wavers, you're on your face. And so I love that. I look silly, I'm on a unicycle, but just that movement going around this trail, going around the path of life. There was another thing going off now. One time I found the geographic center of this trail, and then I made a circle around that as big as possible, butting up against the edges. Then I did a north, south, east, west lines, and by taking the geographic center of this place and extending the circle out to the border so I had the biggest possible circle, I found that where east and west intersect the trails, at that point, because there's a constriction in size, there's a definite maximum size, that point on the east and that point on the west has, for me, always been kind of a creepy feeling at night, and it's a creepy feeling for other people. It's near the privies up here, and then over on the opposite side, right on the trail, on the eastern part, that's also a creepy feeling, and people have commented on that. So you have to wonder about things. I don't know, not saying anything, it's just an interesting little tidbit. And so, I shall continue on my path. I've spoken enough. Go around here, and then maybe I'm going to put my free ride mountain bike shoes on, which work for my unicycle because it's pinned, and time myself 2-figure 8s, which would be about 2 miles. See how fast I can race that around. Cross training, do the same thing every other day. Jogging, can't say I'm running anymore. I mean, when I was in my prime as a runner, I could do 3 miles in 15 minutes flat. Those days are beyond me. I'm just pleased that I'm able to do it, that my knees are holding together. Probably because I am a wheelbarrowist. The wheelbarrow, a powerful tool. Carrying stuff. Carrying stuff. I'm going to throw the last bit in here, is I totally understand the value of the wheel to the ancient Celts, the wagon, and how that wagon was such an important part of their life, being able to carry things. You can think metaphorically in that too, that if there was a great chief, he was usually buried with a disassembled wagon. I feel the same way with my wheelbarrow, connection to the past. I shall relieve you from this final formation of the morning. It is the final formation because I'm not going to do another video. I'm going to continue on. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your patronage. Always curious who's out there watching. I don't get a tremendous number of views. I'll probably get 100 on this video, which is interesting because I just watched a video by somebody that said don't read my profile. It's got 25,000 subscribers and basically they're nothing videos. I think that that is kind of important. That I could do anything and I'm not going to get a lot of views. But the views I get are people that are important to me. You're important to me because you've stuck with me through my ramblings and my musings and let's face it, somewhat bizarre videos from time to time. I appreciate that. I feel that's important, that on this trail that's YouTube, I'm bumping into a lot of good people. Yep. That's a good thing of life. Bumping into good people on your trail. That's enough. I'm done. I'm finished.